Bitcoin.
Bitcoins.
Bitcoin.
Bitcoin, the world's best known and most popular cryptocurrency exchange, with more than 190 million users worldwide. Because Bitcoin lives in the digital world, Bitcoin users can send it anywhere in the world without any banking infrastructure or exchange fees, fostering peer-to-peer financial transactions. But the question arises here that how did it start? During the global financial crisis in 2008, distrust of banks and central governments was at a peak. The financial crisis was the worst economic disaster since 1929. The unemployment rate pumped up to 9%, and the inflation was trended up. It was an epic financial and economic collapse that cost many ordinary people their jobs, their life savings, their homes, or all three. It's no coincidence that Bitcoin was born during one of the most chaotic financial environments in US history. The creator of Bitcoin is something of a mystery. A person named Satoshi Nakamoto in 2009 wrote a white paper describing Bitcoin and the design of the exchange system. Bitcoin launched the following year, and Nakamoto stepped away from it soon afterward, sending a last confirmed private message in 2011. The first reported real-world financial transaction involving Bitcoin took place on May 22, 2010, when a Florida man negotiated to pay 10,000 BTC for 2 Papa John's pizzas priced at about $25.
10,000 Bitcoin for one pizza?
It was 2 pizzas, actually.
Oh, you got 2 pizzas out of it.
And, I mean, you know, maybe the person spent $30, $40, something like that.
What would it be worth today?
$80 million, I don't know.
To this day, the Bitcoin community celebrates Pizza Day on May 22nd. The impression of Bitcoin was simple and effective for peer-to-peer financial transaction until the day when Silk Road was born. In 2011, Silk Road was founded by Ross William Ulbricht, born on March 17, 1984. Grew up near Austin, Texas, studying physics at the University of Texas at Dallas. Ulbricht created a digital black market platform that was popular for hosting money laundering activities and illegal drug transactions using Bitcoin. Silk Road, regarded as the first darknet market. Due to link between Bitcoin and Silk Road, the Bitcoin's price raised from $2 to $30 in just 5 months. However, in the history of volatile currency, Bitcoin has experienced busts. In February 2014, Mt. Gox was one of the biggest exchanges around the early years of Bitcoin adoption, incurred a huge loss. The exchange suspended
online exchange, and one of the biggest, Mt. Gox, unexpectedly shut down today, owing hundreds of millions of pounds and prompting the sharp fall in the value of the currency, as our business
hundreds of thousands of Bitcoins were lost by the exchange. It led to a 36% decline in the price of Bitcoin, which was around $540 for 1 Bitcoin.
Mt. Gox has gone offline and seems to have vanished, apparently losing its customers hundreds of millions of dollars.
I had 311 Bitcoins in there, which at the time of before this started was worth around $300,000. So it looks like that's disappeared.
2017 to 2019. More ups and downs thanks to media coverage and the steep rise in Bitcoin's price, the crypto industry started to take off. Thousands of altcoins were minted, while international diplomats, governments, mathematicians, economists, tech professionals, and financial experts increasingly discussed cryptocurrency regulation and mainstream adoption. Bitcoin's price moved sideways during this time, with a few small spikes. At the end of 2019, Bitcoin's price was about $7,200. Adoption of Bitcoin by institutions. Michael Saylor first got into Bitcoin in 2020, when he decided to start adding the cryptocurrency to MicroStrategy's balance sheet as part of treasury management strategy, and even called it superior to cash. Later the year, Elon Musk invested $1.5 billion buying Bitcoin for Tesla, raised some eyebrows among institutions and started a snowball effect. PayPal is among early adopters. In late March of 2021, PayPal announced the launch of Checkout with Crypto, a feature that allowed consumers to check out at millions of online businesses using cryptocurrency. The world's largest payment platforms MasterCard and Visa have joined the party. This move to blockchain by such companies are even more significant because they are among the corporations that have held skeptical views regarding Bitcoin and other altcoins. This view is partly due to the lack of regulation for these coins, and such companies will not back altcoins unless the government backs them. However, they have announced to publicly approve the adoption of Bitcoin. Other than adoption, Bitcoin price was affected by 2020. The coronavirus pandemic. When the coronavirus pandemic shut down the economy and stirred up fears of inflationary pressure on the US dollar, Bitcoin's price started to accelerate in its upward climb.
Even in the coronavirus outbreak, may be battering stock prices, but it's boosting the fortunes of Bitcoin. The value of the cryptocurrency is now hovering at around $9,300. That's up nearly 10% over just the last week, and it's gained 30% since the end of 2019, the best start to a year since 2012.
By December 2020, Bitcoin's price had increased by over 300% since January. The all-time high price of $64,800 was reached on the 14th of April 2021. The rate of adoption has been steadily increasing since the birth of Bitcoin in 2009. So how can anyone claim that adoption of cryptocurrency is inevitable? I believe it is safe to state that we are still at the early era of crypto world. However, the new advancements show there is a lot of space for growth of Bitcoin.